Hey y'all, coming to you today with episode 3 of the Resilience Chronicles. And this one is going to be super raw. You know, these are always going to be raw, uncut, and unfiltered, but this is a raw fucking moment for me. And I wanted to film it right now, film it anyway, because this one today is really for those of you that have been used and abused by somebody that you loved, somebody that you believed in, somebody that you poured so much of yourself into, to just be completely discarded. And not just that, you know, maybe to have them purposely rub shit in your face and try to hurt you, because that's where I'm at right now. And I wanted to film this like in this moment because I know I'm not the only one that's gone through this or is going through this. And if this can inspire just, you know, somebody else to like be a little bit more okay, or, you know, choose better for themselves, you know, and make their lives better, make a better life for themselves, then it's so worth it. And it's so worth sharing this shit like right in the fucking middle of it. So I just got home from the gym, and this was the hardest day I've had in that environment. If you know, been following along, if you heard episode 1, you know, I just left a person who was my acro partner for the last, I don't know, 2.5 years, boyfriend for 2-ish of those years, somebody who I really believed their fucking lies from the beginning, and I've just seen through it now, you know, so clearly, but it doesn't make it hurt any less. And when I finally kind of like started to see, you know, over and over and over again how their actions didn't match their words, and, you know, and then really called them out, like really held up a mirror for that, you know, like he could not handle it, walked out, and then basically just like hasn't talked to me since, hasn't tried to make any sort of amends, take any sort of responsibility. And it was definitely the kind of thing where it's like, hey, like, here's what you've done, here's how it's made me feel, here's what I see, and the door's open if you want to, you know, take any responsibility for any of that, or have any kind of conversation or any kind of discussion, you know, to see if we can, you know, move forward in any way, because I'm always about, you know, moving forward. You know, I don't think that even when, you know, people make mistakes or do bad things, like there can be a way forward, you know, even if it looks different. Like, I don't think it has to be like end in flames and hate everybody. Like, that's just not necessary. It's not what I teach, it's not what I live, it's not what I embody, but of course it takes to do that. And I mean, it makes complete sense if he could do the things that he did, that he wouldn't be able to take any sort of responsibility for it, or want to actually look at himself or own any of those things. He clearly, even though he says he wants to be different in the world, doesn't actually, because that, you know, never happens. And never, you know, just over and over again, he would claim that he wanted to be better, you know, he wanted to do the work, and just never fucking did. And I always say, my quote unquote, my toxic traits are believing in people and seeing their potential and trusting them, and, you know, believing in them more than they believe in themselves. And I say toxic in quotes because I don't think these are things that I want to lose. You know, I think these are things that have been really good for a lot of people, but also when you use them on the wrong person, it can get you, you know, can get you really hurt. But, you know, we keep moving, and there's obviously wounds that I need to heal in myself, and that I will take responsibility for, and the issues like I'm gonna like work through, like what makes me say yes to these people, for example. But it's the work, and I'm doing that work. So today was really challenging because I think, you know, and like I said, if you watch the first episode, you know, like the acro is the most important thing to me. So when he, you know, betrayed me so hardcore personally, and I saw how he had been gaslighting me and lying to me, and like frankly, like there's aspects of emotional abuse here, you know, that I can see now. And when I started to be able to see that, it's like I can't tolerate that anymore. And acro is so important, you know, it's such an intimate thing. It requires a lot of trust. And so that was the hardest fucking decision for me to make, was like, I can't do acro with this person anymore. This person who is my partner, who I put so much into, who I've been building this partnership, performing with for, over 2 years. Like, to have to say no to all of that, like, that was the hardest fucking thing. And I did not make that decision lightly, but there's no way I could have, like, that wasn't the path for me to keep moving forward on. But to say, to leave this amazing thing that you built and this amazing thing that you have, having no idea what's on the other side, just some sort of vague, like, I'll figure it the fuck out, and that's kind of where I am right now. It's like, I mean, you guys, if you've been following her, you've heard some of the car saga, like, there's just this, like, I'm gonna get to Vegas, I'm gonna meet new people, I'm gonna have better partners someday, like, for sure, like, those things are gonna happen, but, like, those are so far over the horizon and I can't see them clearly. But what I do see right now is my current struggles, all the fucking car shit, like, all the stuff that, like, takes to, like, get me to that next step in being, I'm in the grind, I'm in the fucking hard part. But of course I want to try to, still train and do acro, like, when I can, like, within this. So it's been nice this week. I have one friend who I get to train with a little bit, and my ex has not been at the gym, so that's been really nice. I haven't had to see him in, I don't know, maybe a couple weeks now, which is, like, great, because I'm really just, like, focusing on myself and really not letting my brain go over there. And that is so important, guys, right? Because, like, our brains will try to ruminate and pull us down into that cesspool, and those are just, our brains want to do that, but it is just not worth letting them do that. It is not a good road to let them go down. So, like, that's, like, super important in this, like, just the world of resilience is, like, taking control of your own brain and directing your own brain. So I've been practicing that like motherfucker, the last couple weeks. But of course it's a lot harder when, like, you see the person and you're faced with it, like, right in front of your face. And when I went to the gym today, like, one of the things that he did after I called him out was just, like, immediately, like, not be able to hear any of it, be super selfish. Like, he talked to me twice after that. He sent me a message and was like, sorry, I don't really have anything to say, like, but do you want to do acro? It's like, no, I don't want to fucking do acro with you, especially when you cannot even apologize in any sort of real way or take any sort of a responsibility, for your actions in the world. And then that was through text message, and then the next day, or maybe a couple days later, I did see him at the gym, and he, like, couldn't even look at me. His energy was super fucking weird. And then he, like, kind of came up behind me, and he was like, dude, you want to do any acro? Like, just spit it out like that. It was so fucking weird. And I was like, no, I don't think so. Like, you can't even look me in the face and, like, well, and ask. But also, it's just, like, all he wants is to do acro. Like, not address how he lied to me, not address his incredibly hurtful actions, not address his gaslighting, not address his emotional abuse, not address any of that, just more acro. And so I just really realized, like, holy shit, like, he has just been using me for acro this entire time. It's like, it's probably all he ever wanted from me, and just all of the other shit. Like, it's wild, And so to then wrap your head around, like, somebody you trusted and believed in, like I said, poured yourself into, and then it's like, he was just using me this entire time. Like, and it's just, like, so obvious. It just, it's been weeks and just nothing. And so after that, and I said, no, I don't want to do acro with you, he just ran out to replace me, like, as fast as humanly fucking possible. So I think it's like the next day he had some other girl, because there's no shortage of people, especially newer flyers, like people that are new to acro, and somebody's been doing it for longer than you and they're better than you. You're like, oh my God, yes, please work with me. And, like, just, man, like, when I met my partner, I mean, I was a significantly higher level than him. I'd been doing it for a lot longer. He was doing it. He seemed like he cared. He seemed dedicated. He seemed disciplined, which were the qualities that attracted me to him with acro in the first place. I mean, he was very, like, there was a lot of work that he needed to get to a place where he could really be doing the things that I wanted to do. But when we first started, working together, he learned really fast, and it's really fun for me to, like, watch his progress. I kind of live vicariously through that. And so I did really enjoy it, and it was worth it was worth it for me because I was coming from a place where I had no acro and I'd been starved of acro for years. So just, I was like, anything and everything is great. But again, just like his dedication, his discipline, how he wanted to train, like, I really liked that stuff. And I was like, you know what, it's okay that he's not at my level because I can help him, you know, get better. And it was enjoyable for quite a while to do that. But the other thing I have to look back on, I mean, 2 years of this, like, as a flyer, like, it's quite hard on our bodies to work with newer bases. They're just not as stable, so we have to use a lot more tension and a lot more effort, and it's just, it beats up our bodies. And so I just guys, I poured so much into this man, physically, energetically, emotionally, I mean, in acro, in life, in, like, literally in every way. And I literally, like, I poured out myself, and I literally feel like I was a very beautiful piece of paper. Okay, I was this great drawing. I mean, when I first came down here, I feel like I was, like, at the peak of my fucking life. I was so fucking strong. Like, things were just awesome. And I mean, there's a lot of other things that have happened with, like, my brain injury and everything. Although I got that brain injury 10 days after I started dating this guy. It's like, spiritually, I'm like, fuck, man. But it's like he just crumpled me up. Like, he drained me of fucking everything I had to give, crumpled me up and threw me in the fucking trash, and now he's just on to replacing me with the next girl that he can do that to. And it's just so sad to see, you know? Like, I feel, it's like, do I warn these women? Like, I'm not really that kind of person, so I don't, you know, it's like, I don't, like, what do you do? So, anyway, it's raw, right? Because there's a lot of pain that, like, having to watch that today, like, I just walked into the gym and I saw him and one of my other friends and this new girl, just, it's like, literally, that used to be me, and then I said, no, like, I'm not gonna work with you because you are a bad fucking person and I can't trust you. And then he's just like, okay, cool, insert ding, next one. And then not only that, like, it's like, it sucks to see it, you know, but also, like, I'm so fucking strong. Like, I didn't leave. I stayed there and I did my training. I stayed for 2 hours. I helped one of my other friends who's working on his hand-to-hand. You know, I helped him with that, you know, did some of my own training. And, you know, I'm not gonna let this dude push me out of my own life, you know? But fuck, like, it's like half of my brain was, like, so distracted by just, like, the disgusting and pain and shit, you know? And then also it's like, so I'm trying, like, not really to watch, but you can't help it because the gym's kind of small, and it's just like, he's literally just sitting there doing all the moves that we used to work on together, like, with this new girl, and just, like putting her through the paces of, like, our stuff. And it was just, like, after a while, it was like, I mean, okay, almost it's good that I'm seeing this and I'm inoculated to it, because it's just, like, he's just doing, like, the same shit. And it's, like, as also, like, and then even, like, towards the end, it was just, like, it was so ridiculous, because, like, we used to do some, like, moves that are, like, not that normal, and, like, not a lot of people do these, and the fact that he's like, oh, do this, it's like, I just really, like, I used to think he was dumb or, like, ignorant or naive, and he didn't, like, realize his actions and how they would hurt me. But now I think he's, like, does this shit on purpose. And it makes me look back towards, like, a lot of the other things that have happened in a relationship when he'd do some kind of fucked up things and be like, hey, like, do you see what you're doing here? Like, see how this might make me feel like this? And then you go, oh. And it was like, I mean, this one time he did this really fucked up thing, and I literally, like, I messaged him, I was like, you are either the most stupid person in the world or the most heartless. You know, but I still chose to believe that he was just, couldn't see it. And now I just am like, holy shit. Like, I think he is a whole different kind of predator that I've encountered before, because the subtleties, you know, and, like, it's like he plays this good guy act. He acts like, oh, but I'm such a good guy, and he plays the victim card, and it's like there's just this facade, and at first, like, it gets your heartstrings. It's like, oh, poor him. But, like, no, dude, like, and not after being there today. Like he can't even look at me at this point. Like, he can't even look at me. And then to just, like, have him doing that in front of me, like, it was just like, it's just wild. It's just wild. I mean, incredibly, it's just wild, Heartless. I mean, I don't expect him to, like, not train at all. But to just be doing these exact moves, like, right in front of me, like, there's something more to it. Anyway, so here's the kind of message, though, that, like, I want to say for myself, and I want to send to all of you that might be dealing with something similar in your lives, and that is, like, obviously this shit sucks to see, and it's painful, and it's fucking, like, I just wish, this is one of the worst things I think people can go through, like, betrayal, and then to, like, God, to still be in the same community as them, you know, like, I'm so like, this is a big reason, like, why I'm moving, you know, because my bright future is someone else, and honestly, it was never here, so I'll get there in a minute, too, but, like, you know, and just my heart goes out to those of you that have to, like, co-parent with a person like this, or, you know, are integrated in that community, and, like, you moving isn't an option for you right now, or something, you know, like, my fucking heart goes out to you guys, but this thing still applies, and it's like, we can't let them pull us down. We cannot let them pull us down. It's a very easy, and especially, like, our human brains, it's like we want to ruminate, we want to be pulled to that shit, you know, but, like, that is just not my problem, not my path, not my problem. Like, and it's like, I mean, this is, again, it's like practicing what you preach. I know, like, this is not easy, guys, and I get that. It's really fucking hard, which is why I'm here fucking filming this right now in the moment, okay? Because this shit isn't easy at all. But you know what serves me and what serves you is us staying focused on our future. Staying focused on what matters to us. And not even, like, you know, God, guys, I'm not motherfucking Teresa over here, okay? I hope he crashes and burns. I hope he gets the pain that he fucking deserves. I hope he gets to feel the kind of pain that he's caused to other people. And I mean, I really, like, at the end of the day, like, I do really hope that he wakes up one day and realizes how he is in the world and, like, does the actual inner work to change it, to heal whatever fucking wounding he has that makes him manipulate and use women in the way that he does, you know? But, like, I can't do that for him. Nobody can do that for him. That's a choice that he has to make, and he clearly continues to make the opposite choices, and again, just it can't be my problem anymore. But doesn't mean it's not, you know, the pain that he caused me is still there. I still have to process this, work through this, and heal this. And what serves me the most is to do that, you know, to honor my own emotions and work through, like, process, like, love myself, have compassion for myself, be present with myself as I go through these things. And also stay focused on my future. Don't let your brain pull you down into that stuff, looking over there, ruminating over there. Like, no, it's like, look forward, look for your path. You know, me focusing on my future. Like, what he's doing doesn't matter. Like, I mean, the, you know, very, revengey human part of me was like, like, I want to see him not do great. But, like, maybe he will. Maybe he'll do great. Maybe he'll find a new partner to perform with, and they'll be doing whatever the fuck that they want to be doing. And, like, cool, they can do that over there, and I'm gonna live my life over here. And it just doesn't matter. Because my future is my future. And, like, shit. Like, it's fun, you know, at least it's like, this was, like, the really hard day, like, to have to witness that, right? But I've also had some, like, also great moments so far. Like, I have this one friend that I still am able to train with sometimes down here, and, like, we're able to do higher level skills than my ex and I fucking ever could without even ever, like, training together barely, you know? So, like, that's the other thing. It's like, I'm gonna say this out loud because I want to fucking, like, this is, like, I'm calling this in for myself. Like, I have always poured into other people. And don't get me wrong, like, I don't want to stop doing that completely. But, like, I almost have this, like, kind of complex or some shit where I don't think I deserve to have someone do that for me. Or, like, I don't know. Like, I'm trying to figure this out right now because, you know, and I had a conversation with one of my friends. It's, like, one thing that I hope that when I go to Vegas or wherever I go, you know, the other acro communities that I become involved with, like, I just want to find someone that's closer to my level that I can train with, you know, You know, I would really love to do that instead of having to build somebody up again, because that's what I've done with my last 3 partners, is I've always built them up. And I think it's realistic to find somebody that's like closer to my level, who, you know, like we can work more, you know, together. But like one of my friends was like, what if you have somebody that's better than you that helps you level up? And it was just like that could be possible. Like, I hear those words, but like I don't believe or feel in my body that like that could be possible for me. Now, even as I say that, that's a lie. I think I'm getting to the place where it's like, I think that it could be possible. It is a possibility in the world. And like, how cool would that be? How cool would that be? You know, and like, I don't expect to be working with a fucking like world's best fucking acrobat or something, but just like even somebody that's just like a little above me or a lot above me or however much or whatever, but like whatever's meant to be. How cool would that be if that's a possibility in the world? So I want to just really vulnerably share that and say that out loud, because that's something I want to keep leaning into, is that possibility. But no matter what, I know that like there are bases in the world who have better bases in the world. Fuck it, I'll just say that. I know there's better bases in the world that I will at least have the opportunity to train with, and it will be amazing, because I know how good that can fucking feel, and I've had a few of those moments, you know, already, and you know, I'm still here. So God, this is the fucking hard part. Like, every day I'm just looking around at things that remind me of the past, you know, without having much of a fucking clue of what the future is gonna be like, but just the full-on faith and belief in myself and in this journey. I know what I'm meant to do. I mean, I'm just here to go as far as I fucking can, and that was never going to be in St. Pete. It was never going to be in St. Pete. You know, the best I could hope for here is just like some gigs here and there, but like, I was never meant to be here forever. Like, I know, like, as hard as this is, all of this is happening exactly as it's meant to, right? Because it's what it is, and there's just no upside in believing anything else. So, you know, and again, like, if any of you are been through something like this, or going through something like this, or if, God forbid, you end up going through something like this, like, just believe in yourself, you know, and like, bring your brain back. Don't let you spin out. You know, like, I haven't blocked on all the social media because I don't want to see it. It doesn't do me any good to see it. It's just about focusing on me and my future and where I'm going. So that's what I'm committing to doing, no matter what. Thank you for witnessing me. I've been loving hearing from some of you guys that you're actually watching these, that it's actually meaning something to you too. Like, that makes me so happy. It's so meaningful. I mean, even if it's just, like I said when I started this, it's like, even if it just helps one fucking person, it's totally worth it. But it's helping me, and I hear that it's helping some of you, so I'm forever grateful for that already. And I'm gonna keep coming here with these raw ass updates, and hopefully some good ones pretty soon. If you guys want, actually, I'll just give you some brief, like, since the last video. It's not my transmission, so it sounded like car issues, like it was like transmission. Now it's the transfer case, which seems pretty like transmission, transfer case, 4x4 system. It's all a fucking ugh. But I have it with a guy. They're gonna open it up. It's possible that it could just be like a chain or something really simple to just kind of replace and put back together and put in. So like, please guys, send all the good energy. Like, we are hoping for the best here, that it is a simple fix. I could have it back as soon as Wednesday. I am pretty fucking sure I got the apartment that I applied for in Vegas. I haven't gotten the official acceptance yet because there's just like all these like things, you know, but I mean, they gave me the code to log into the tenant portal and like things about forwarding mail, and like it really seems like it's moving forward. So I can't wait to come back with that like official announcement that's 100% official, because that place is gonna be so amazing to live in. Oh my god. Is gonna be an absolute fucking dream. I will hopefully come back with more happy updates about that in the near future. But yeah, like, I will accept any and all positive energy, prayers, fucking any of it, for, you know, move-in date. Ideally is the 16th. Ideally leaving here on the 10th, driving across the country with my dogs and my U-Haul. Yeah, so I just like need the car to be fixed so we can do all of that, and like, fuck. Yeah. So really exciting, and I just need these like things to start to click into place. Okay, so that's the end of episode 3, and I'll talk to you guys soon.